on.
Hey everyone, Joe here from Different Pins. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon, the wind is calm, and obviously I'm on the lake. Going for a nice little paddle, heading towards Narrows. You know, there's some falls up there called Island Falls. I am on what the locals call the floods. It's actually Marmion Lake, and it is essentially a reservoir. It used to be a large river, but it was dammed off for a mining diversion. It's a lot different than the last lake I was at, Icy Lake, which was crystal clear. This is more tea stained, and I'm not trolling as much as just getting to the spot. I'm going to try a few narrows, anchor, and jig and minnow fish. The target today is walleye. Let's see if we get any. I'm in a narrows right now. There's a large river that flows into this, so there should be a good amount of current. This isn't exactly favorable walleye weather. Bright, sunny, but the water is stained, and I know there is walleye in this lake. I'll try here for an hour or two, then I'll head upstream, up current. Life is hard. Such a struggle right now. Oh, fish. Fish on. Walleye. Woo! There we go. Target species acquired. Beautiful fish. Let's get another. And I still have my minnow. Sweet. You may have noticed I released that fish, and it was a really good keeper size, good eater. But I have a limit of walleye already at home that I haven't eaten yet. And technically it's against the law to possess more than one limit of fish per license. So today is all catch and release. I'm just out here to enjoy life and have a good time. Can't tell, but woo! Stickerel. That's a good one too. Fish on. Feels like another walleye. It is another walleye. Just gonna swing it. Hey, Mr. Minnow Bucket, you're on the wrong side. And the hook just falls out. Woo! How's that for a release? There we go. Fish on. Whatever, this feels decent. Feels decent. I haven't seen it yet. The pike, it's stuck to a stick somehow. Okay, this is awkward. This is very awkward. How'd you get wrapped up in that, huh? How'd you get wrapped up in that? I have never seen that before. It's a snag and a fish at the same time. Oh, that got me wet. Net him and deal with the mess. Okay, there goes. Sorry. There goes the stick. And I left my pliers in my backpack because I am an idiot. There we go. There's my fish snag. Get him back. He's gonna take off. Whoops. Thought he'd be fine. He's only out of the water for 2 seconds. There he goes. All good. Middle of nowhere, my favorite place to be. Yeah, that was a fish. Didn't feel a strike, I just felt some weight. Because it's a little dink. Little dink walleye, but still happy to catch them. Thanks, little buddy. Oh. Fish on. Just little guys, but whatever. It's still Northwestern Ontario gold. Can't get over what a beautiful day it is today. It's gorgeous. There it is. Beautiful. Just beautiful. It's so hidden. Smells like fish here. That looks like a nice spot right there to land. I couldn't ask for any better than this. All right, lunch break. I stopped for a quick bite to eat. This beautiful shore lunch spot. And before I go back in the canoe, I'm gonna try a few casts offshore. It looks fishy, smells fishy. Look at that. How gorgeous is this spot? Oh, fish on. What is this? It's fighting pretty good. Yeah, it's a nice walleye. I do have my net right here. Ah, yeah. Oh. Even with the net, you lose some. Ooh. Half a minnow, but let's see if he's still there. Yeah. Oh. Stop, stop. Flaring his stuff, protecting himself. This is your lucky day. If anybody else in this town caught you, you'd be lunch. My whole life I've preferred shore fishing to fishing from a boat. I just feel like if you can get in the prime spot like this, where you know the fish are accessible, you have a great angle of retrieve, I would take that over sitting in the boat and just jigging below you. Here we go. These spots, when the fish are right at your cast, I would take this over fishing in a boat any day. It's just so easy. You're on solid ground. You can cast the perfect direction every time. There we go. Another little fishy. I sure love this little landing spot. Hooked him again. This is by far one of the best shore fishing spots I've ever seen in my life. I could live right here. It's just amazing. Back. See, I was going to go in the canoe and anchor right under the falls and jig, but I'm having so much fun right here offshore. Why would I do that? This is awesome. There we go. Fish on. Another walleye. Ready to go. Oh, bitten off again. That's the price you pay when you don't use a leader. Is that a fish? Nope. It's a rock bass. Good old Canadian rock bass. It's the biggest fish you'll ever catch. I'm actually surprised nobody else is out here. It's a Saturday. Beautiful weather. Nice and calm. It's not too hot, not too cold. The fish are biting. I was actually expecting to see 4 or 5 boats, you know, anchored up here when I pulled in. But I got this spot all to myself today. It's nice. One of those perfect days. Well, that's a fish. Pike. Probably one of those guys that he's been stealing all my jigs, but this time he got it right in the corner of the mouth. Aha, you didn't steal this jig, did ya? There you go, fish. A walleye. Thanks. I've always wanted to be splashed. Here you go, little buddy. Sorry about the belly flop. Daffy Duck. Fish home. Feels like a walleye. Little head shakes. Yep. It's a walleye. Ah. Still got my minnow though. Catch and release. There's a fish on it now. Yeah, buddy. Little guy. Scrappy though. Sometimes you feel some resistance, but there's no hit. Feels like a snag, but you can move it along. That's usually a fish. So go ahead and set the hook. I guess with jig and minnow fishing, you know, it's rather unspectacular sometimes, and it doesn't really require skill. The only skill is maybe having a good sense of feel, you know, your touch, telling the difference between rock and fish. So, all right, go bigger, little guy. And my minnow's still good. Oh, that was a fish. What do we have here? Feels like a bass. Do we have a bass? We have a bass. Woo! I was getting bored of all those walleye. Well, that's the big three that this lake has to offer. My net's way over here. Scrappy little guy. Well, not so little. And there we go. Average size, I guess. Oh. There. Island Falls bass. Sensitive. I felt it. I felt it. There was no hit, but there was weight. Yep, back to walleye. There you go. It was nice to catch that bass, but walleye is what I came for today. Bass is the easiest fish to catch, and they dominate all the lakes around Atikokan. It's hard to find a good walleye spot. People that do know them, they're very territorial about it. They don't tell you. I found one today. I've always wanted to try here. So that bass is welcome. And then other days, I'll be going specifically for bass. Maybe the next time I go out, show you what Atikokan has to offer. Fish on. Was a little better. Not a monster, but a little better than all the little eaters I've been catching. On the gill. No, that's just a large eater. Back you go. Make some more babies. 6 o'clock, and I told myself I want to be out of here by 7 because I have about a 7-kilometer paddle to do to get back to the landing where my truck is. And if I stop to cast here and there, it might take a couple hours. It is June, so sunset's usually between 9 and 10 o'clock in the evening. That'll give me a half hour of daylight cushion, but I'm not done yet. Let's get some lines back in the water. Well, that's it. I'm done. Leaving Island Falls. It's so beautiful here. Like, this is one of those magical days where the weather was perfect, temperature, fish were biting. I used up all my bait, just hammered them. The species I was going for as well, which is a bonus. And there's no bugs. no bears yet, and it was just a perfect outing. So I'll be back again, maybe not this year, but I'll be moving around, trying out some different spots, but I'll guarantee I'll be back here. I'm actually regretting I didn't bring a tent, because this would be a beautiful spot to camp. But the wife's expecting me home, so I'm not going to stay out all night. All right, see you next time. Cheers. Fish home. First time ever catching a fish trolling in the canoe. What do we got? Pike, of course, but it worked. Woo! There we go. Trolling with the canoe. It works.